Hello everyone, how you doing? It's good to be back and thank you for tuning in to the J Request Show as always every week. But guess what we have today on the show? We got some surprise package for you. Only if you're tuning in, and make sure you are watching this very channel, and also don't forget to follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and also on Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all the exciting stuff we do have there as part of our content. Well, today we have two wonderful guests who are joining us on the show. But guess what we intend to do on this season? It's coming out to tell you what is coming up on the show so you can get ready and prepared. And you know the winter is nearly here, so you can have your tea and coffee and chill out and hear what we have coming your way. But guess what? We're joining. Hello viewers, welcome to the show. As always, your host Chris Onos is right here. Thank you all for tuning in today. As our special guest to join us on the show, she's no other person than Maria Johnston. How you doing, girl? How are you today?
I'm really good, thank you, and thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. You're welcome to the show. Good to see you. I'm so happy and delighted that you're on the show. We want to talk about your painting. So before we go into it, let's get to meet you. Tell us about yourself, please.
Okay, so basically my name's Maria. I'm an Irish female artist from Ireland. So basically my practice is in painting. I primarily work in oils. The concepts of my work are what I would describe as visionary. So in a sense, I've come to call myself a visionary artist. Yeah, so that's me in short.
Yeah, I'm very sure. I like that. So let's talk about the visionary artist. You know, what really, catch your interest, in the very start? Was painting a thing you wanted to do, from that teenage or when you're growing up? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I've always been very creative through acting, music, and art primarily. I always really enjoyed painting and drawing growing up as a kid, but I think there was a point when I turned 11 where I really realized that I actually might have something to offer through painting. I realized that I had kind of an understanding of light and form. And I think when I began kind of putting more effort into my work, it began being received. And I realized that I was very quiet as a child. I really didn't feel like I had a voice. The only time I had a voice was on stage, and then I found another outlet, which was the painting. And that way people could see and hear who I was,
Wow. That's a very interesting part, You remind me of Michael Jackson. When he comes on stage, he's very confident, and then when he's on the other side, very quiet. So looking at your confident side of things, when people are around you, you're doing your painting, how do you feel, or how do you take yourself? Do you fully concentrate doing your painting, or do you think about the people, around you while you're doing your painting?
No, it really is it's very pure. I really don't think about, I mean, I make an attempt not to think about what others think at all, and really create from this very pure place. A lot of my work is actually directly, in fact, most of my work now is directly inspired by dreams I've had or visions during meditations. So yeah, it's and I try not to judge it, because sometimes obviously, we have a dream and we're like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And, but I try and just take that and trust it and then carry it through as purely and as accurately as possible from the vision or the dream. And then allow people, just show it to the world, because it feels like I'm bringing the deepest part of my inner world out without any kind of filtration. Or trying to construct or deconstruct, because I think there's a purity in the essence of that. And that's really what I am about now as an artist. I used to paint things expecting that other people would like them in a way when I was a teenager, I used to dress for approval. I used to paint for approval, but now it's very much like I don't do any of that anymore, and I just allow people to see
Just
me
take
as
what
I
you see.
am.
Yeah, like the Irish would say, I mean, as to what you see is what you get. So exactly
Yeah,
what you.
very much so.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, no, what you said is very, very inspiring a lot more because you mentioned something which I really like there is that you're not dressed to get an approval, but instead you do what is inside of you, and that's a very, very good point. And I believe we do struggle with that a lot more time when it comes to we need people to give us an approval of what we wear or how we look before we're able to kind of make steps. So fair play for you to actually come out of that box and be able to do what exactly comes into into you. Let's dive into some of your painting you've done. One of the one I want to talk about is the only way through is. Tell us about that painting.
So the name of this painting is The Only Way Through is Forgiveness. So it's kind of a play on words a little bit. Um, and this painting is a very significant painting to me. It really was a very, very vivid, lucid dream I had. I think you can see it from the image itself. It's very lucid. It's very dreamlike. It's very trippy. This was like, I never honestly, and I have a lot of very, what I would feel are powerful or profound kind of dreams. But this one was another level. And I tried, just to correlate, because obviously, so much happened in that dream. It's like, how do you capture it in one image? But it very much is around a time of a real awakening for me. And I was receiving a lot of kind of what I would describe as downloads of information. But I didn't have any basis or understanding for them. So I felt very like, what is this? You know what I mean? If you see in the image, there's like a lot going on there. You have a city in the background, kind of receded to the back, and it's kind of a stormy look. You have some like, rubbish washed up on shore. And the storm is actually passing. It's actually moving. It's receding out of the image. I kind of wanted to make that very visible, and then you obviously move and you see this rainbow path and this person standing in the center of the image. And I used like geometry to create this.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, to be able to kind of draw the eye in and out, and then you've got this like supernumerary rainbow solar flash energy. So. Yeah, and then that kind of breaks off then into this, what I would describe in the dream as I saw as this new paradigm. And it's what I understood from this in my limited understanding at the time, because I had this dream like over 4 years ago now. But since then, I've discovered more in my own self and in the world around me about, there being a big shift in consciousness happening at the moment. And I think this dream was trying to prepare me for this shift in many ways, that my world is going to change an awful lot. The world is going to change an awful lot, and that we needed to kind of come back to source. So the sun in the center is the solar Christed source energy. And that is coming in so much. In this dream, I experienced it as like almost like a portal opening to humanity's freedom, but we had a choice of which way we wanted to go. So you see the two paths that are splitting. You have the receding cityscape with the destruction of our world, and then the opening up into the new paradigm, this new awakened consciousness coming back to Gaia, coming back to Mother Earth and her natural ever flowing abundance. So right in there is the center. So this is what the dream was. I was being faced with the choice, and it was like, whoa.
And what is the duration to actually put this painting together? What I mean by that would be like, is something that takes you the whole day, 2-3 days, a week, or is something that you actually take every step by step to kind of bring it into light? Yourself, dreams are not something you just throw in there. You're gonna have to go through some process to actually bring it to light. So tell us about that. How long does it take you?
Yeah, so to be honest, paintings could take me anywhere from up to like 10 hours to paint to like 50, 60, 70 hours. So something like this painting would have taken me, like I actually painted this over the course of a year. I kept moving to it and from it. It felt kind of like I knew I had to bring it out, but I didn't know. Sometimes I painted over things and there's a lot of changing of things, but really
true.
that changing was trying to crystallize it into what it really truly is, you know, and what it was in the dream. But my process is it's a lot of layering, a lot of, and I start from you should see my sketches. They're very rough, you know. It's just get it out. I'll wake up and I'll be like, get it out, I don't know what it is, and I'll look at it, and it might be not the next day, but maybe a week or 2 weeks later that I look at it and go, whoa, what is that?
Imagination. Just because of time, I am going to run through some of them as much as I can. What about the one Harmony as well? Tell us about that one.
Which one is this now?
Is it Harmony? Is it Harmony? Yeah, Harmony.
Harmony. Yeah. So this one is a kind of, I mean, it's kind of self-portrait, but it sort of ended up being that way. I didn't initially, it was actually some other face I was painting, and then I needed to get the light right on it. So I ended up photographing my own face, and then it just became, this is a real embodiment painting for me. This is really like, you know, it's all about the colors that you see in my artwork are very much what I see in my inner vision. These kind of hyper-dimensional blues and magentas, and you know, they're not very earth colors, but they're kind of like higher spectrum, you know, colors. So I wanted to kind of display that in a painting to say, hey, this is how I see the world, you know what I mean? And this is kind of like how I'm seeing through, this is my inner world, and I'm bringing it out through this physical lens, you know. And really what it is that, you know, I want anyone to look at this and see themselves in this image, because really, like, you know, anyway, this is I feel some of the themes in that painting are universal, but really she's holding two galaxies or spheres, and it is about coming into full, you have the yin yang symbol around her. It is about coming into full balance within yourself, between your masculine and your feminine aspects, and the Father Sky, Mother Earth energy, and unifying that to unlock. And you see the Ankh in the center, which is the sort of the key to everlasting life, you know what I mean, and eternity and all of that. So that's the kind of come into balance to unlock yourself and unlock that freedom within. So that's what that, and then through that is just harmony and balance in all things, you know. So.
You're rocking. You're definitely rocking. I'll come back to one more before we wrap up. Yeah, I just want to ask you, do you do this as a full-time or just a part-time on the side?
So I do this full-time now as of the last 2 or 3 years. I used to work part-time. I got some amazing advice from somebody, you know, because I knew I wanted to be a full-time artist, but it's a very scary thing getting out there on your own. So I think even if anybody watching this could take advice from it, you know, if you don't know what you want, or if you don't know what you want to do, spend some time figuring it out. Don't worry about it. But if you do know what you want to do, but you're not sure how to get there, you know, you don't need to do it right now. You just need to put yourself in the vicinity of something that relates to it. That's it. So, and that can be very simple. So for me, that was, you know, I started working in an art supplies shop. And I knew I was an artist. I knew internally, I just didn't know how to build my website, grow my social media platform, get my work out there, host an exhibition. So I spent every day in that art shop, literally researching everything to do with art. I was asking every artist who came in there what they were doing, how they were doing it. Do you know what I mean? And and getting advice. And I went, after about 2 years, I went down to part-time and I began really selling my work. I started hosting some workshops and talks and different things. And now I'm really happy to say that I'm doing this full-time.
Wow.
So
Bravo,
Yeah,
bravo to you. That was so good. Right, before we let you go, Maria, it's just one I want to talk to you about. It's called the inner vision. What is that? The inner version, is it?
yeah, that's a very key piece for me as well. So,
Yeah.
so you might see a correlation between the image of harmony
Mhm.
and inner vision. They're using similar colors. There's a kind of a similarity in the sense of it is also kind of a self-portrait. That one was really a very, very key piece. I had just gotten my first studio space and I was really kind of excited. So this is a couple of years ago now. I think it's about 6 or 7 years ago. And I was, again, it was very, very initial stages of what I would say my awakening process was.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like, if you see above her head in the image, there's just this light and she's kind of got these clouds and the sea is kind of coming. So I was dealing with a lot of trauma and different things, you know what I mean, that I needed to work through. And I felt like I was just keeping my head above water to be able to kind of see or connect to something higher. I
Mm.
needed to connect to something higher because everything down here felt too overwhelming. So
Yeah.
this is me kind of like reaching to something higher and drawing down that energy and asking for help,
Mm.
asking for like this to kind of like dissipate so that I can breathe again. It's like this kind of restriction around my expression. So this is a big expression piece for me. It was the first time I'd really expressed myself as I truly was. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Like there's so much about your story, and that's the thing I like about every time I bring guests on this show, especially when it comes to painting. I like to see people like yourself who tell the story in painting. And you can tell the story from now to tomorrow because everything just interwove, if you get what I mean. They just kind of connect to either your everyday life, either you being inspired by somebody, or what is going on in Iran, either the dreams or different stuff. So painting is really, really good. Like at home, I do have painting. If we're in the studio today, I would say, hey girl, look, I want to grab one of those paintings home today. But look, I will definitely order one of those paintings. So do you do anything like exhibitions or stuff like that? I know the lockdown is almost finished, so definitely that would be something you'll be looking forward to.
Yeah, so again, yeah, I had planned my solo exhibition for the year 2020, and of course, what did 2020 bring us? So I thought I was like, yeah, 2020, man, let's bring it. You know what? Like everything is, it's happening as it should. But I have exhibited in smaller scale exhibitions, but never actually done my first solo exhibition because this has been a big thing for me. It's been a big plan in my head. But the year 2022, 222. So that's it. So I have a plan for April in 2022. And it'll be somewhere in Dublin, mystery spot. Yet to be decided.
I like that. I like mystery spots. Hold it there. Okay.
Stay tuned.
Maria, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show today. We don't have much time, but look, viewers at home, please. This is your girl Maria Johnston. Do go support you. So before we let you go, I feel like website or social media platform people can really check you out on.
Yeah, so my website and all my social media are all the same tagline. It's Maria Johnston with a T artist, mariajohnstonartist.com. So that's my website. My Instagram is the same, Maria Johnston Artist. And so I'm on Facebook as well. So those are the main platforms I use. So They can find me there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Maria, thank you so much for coming on the show. We want to wish you best of luck for coming in. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you to be here today. To talk about your story, your painting, and the great, inspiration you have behind your painting. So keep painting, keep telling the story, and much more. And hopefully, we will bring you back on the show and talk to you more in studio when we get back in. Yeah.
I would love that, and thank you so much, Chris, for having me.
Awesome.
I really, really appreciate this. This has been a lovely way to spend my Saturday afternoon so far.
Wow, very good, amazing. Okay, stay with us there. So viewers at home, stay tuned for more of the show. We got more guests coming up, and don't forget to check out Maria Johnston on more details. We'll be right back. Take it away.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Well, this is all we have for you today. Thank you to my two wonderful guests who are joining me on the show today. First, I want to say thank you to Maria, and also I want to say thank you to Groningen for all both of you to be part of the show. You are very inspirational, and keep doing what you do best. Well, viewers at home, I know we're running out of time, but here's the good news. You can watch the rest of the program on my YouTube channel. So go in and see the full entire interview on our YouTube channel. Would be at Request Show. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and also on Instagram. Check out a lot of stuff that we have coming your way. And if you want to advertise or sponsor part of what we do on the show, please do get in touch at marketing@jrequestshow.com. Till I come your way next week, take care and God bless. Bye for now. See you soon.